Hello everyone, I'm back with a review. Currently it is 3:15 a.m. And, yes, I know I sound a bit more downtoned than usual, but, thank you to the one person that I was able to see comment, saying Overlord. I do appreciate your input because, like, no one else commented, and it made me kind of sad. But, the one person did, thank you. So, I guess with all that out the way, I think it's time to start this video, so let's play the intro. Oh, and I will have music playing in the background, and with links in the description.
I think I'm losing my mind, trying to stay inside the lines. It's like you're running in place. How you keep staying the same. But baby, I get something different, and I'm okay with that. I can't fake no more smiles. That shit gon' drive me mad. I'm focused on the future, don't care about nothing else. I'm better by myself. I'm better by myself.
No. Sorry, I'm gonna pull up the thing now. Oh, that is way too big for y'all. Okay. There we go. Now this will be what if shit. What if Rimuru was an overlord? No, we cut to Rimuru's perspective. Now, this is right after he, awakens from his second slumber from the, festival. The Harvest Festival. After he puts everyone's souls back in their bodies. Now, he wakes up as Raphael says, "Attention, spatial disturbance." Now, Rimuru is thinking, what does that mean? He's freaking out. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Oh, now I remember. Okay. So, he's worried. Now, he realizes, wait, he's in another world with magic. Which means it's possible for there to be spatial magic. As he gets instantly worried. Because he's built so much, he's made so many allies and friends along this way. And he doesn't want to leave without being able to say anything. As Great says, it's Raphael, sorry. Raphael says, "Attention, going into hibernation for self-protection." And Raphael does have emotions, but Raphael also has a survival instinct then. So Raphael does fall asleep, and so does Rimuru. As this time, for some reason, he doesn't go back into his slime form. No, he's still in his normal human form with his katana, which I'm gonna say is the one in the picture. Now, Rimuru wakes up, and he doesn't know where he is, as he sees someone next to him, as he backs away immediately. As he realizes it's a girl in a slightly poofy jacket, skirt, I think those are leggings, and a hoodie with pink hair. As he's thinking, what do I do? Because, yeah, I don't think anyone ever expects to be in this type of predicament. So Rimuru comes to the conclusion there's probably monsters or someone's gonna I don't know, something is probably gonna try to kill her. So I'm gonna try to wake her up, ask her where we are. So he does wake her up. As she wakes up, she panics, sees him, and tries to punch him. Now, Rimuru, because, well, he has brain cells unlike some people in the world. Not sure. Not gonna say anyone, but, yeah. Crap, I found out who was the strongest one of them and I freaking lost it. Oh well, that'll be later on. So, does not matter. So, now, Rimuru, makes a hole in his stomach, because that's where she was gonna punch. Because, keep in mind, he has spiritual manipulation and universal, like, form change and everything. So, I'd say he'd be able to physically do that. But he can only do it with physical attacks, so magic's still an issue, and so is summons. Because he can't predict those. And he doesn't even know they exist yet. So, Rimuru, he asks her why she tried to attack him. She said, weren't you trying to, I don't know, hurt, freaking try to kill me? As he said, no, why do you think that? Because in this one, this girl is from a parallel universe, and her name is Rhea Nava. Yes. And she used to have a sister named Maline Nava. But I am gonna say that the time where she is from is way more futuristic, so she actually is around, I want to say the age of 16 to 18, maybe 18, I haven't fully decided yet. So yeah. Now, Rimuru asks, I guess it's fine, but do you know where we are? She says, no, I thought you did. As Rimuru sighs and says, dang it. Ranga, come out my shadow. As, Ranga does come out, and he says, yes, master. As says, try to smell for the Tempest Federation. As Ranga can't smell them. And he can basically smell them from the other side of the world. So he doesn't understand why he can't. As he tells Rimuru this, and Rimuru is like, dang it, I really got isekai'd again. Oh wow. As she asks what he is, he says a slime. Oh, and this Rimuru is a male. I know that doesn't matter to some of you, and some of you that does matter to you. But whatever. Technically, he could be literally any gender, because he can manipulate his body if he grew a brain cell or two, when it came to common sense. But, yeah. So, sorry, I'm looking at his freaking skills. Yeah, where's the freaking census one? Okay, yes, he says, Great Sage, use Universal Detect. It's basically the skill's description is, it's a sensing skill, obviously. It is like Magic Sense, Heat Sense, Sense Heat Source, Sense Shockwave, and Keen Smell. I didn't want you to play. Sorry, I was quiet to see how loud this would be. Because every song needs to be adjusted differently. Now it's getting louder. Okay, that should be good. So he asks, well, wanna come with me? After all, we're both probably not from this world then. She says, fine, but I won't, but just because we're traveling together, I'm not gonna fully trust you. As he says, that works perfectly fine for me. As he thinks, I wonder if I can still summon Diablo. So, he makes a magic circle and says, Diablo. As Diablo from the other plane of existence he was in, because yes, these will be different universal planets and planes of existence. As he goes, as he realized, hey yo, what the? That's Rimuru's voice. Hold on, let me check that out. So he did, as he's kneeling. I believe that's the right word. As he says, yes, what would you like, Master? As he said, nothing much. Would you like to accompany me on this, well, new world of ours? Well, it's not really ours. We're outsiders, so let's see what we can do. As says, I would love to. As now, they go on their adventure. On this, on the same time that, Momon, aka Ein Zolgone, does. So they register, as Rimuru says, is there any way to start as a higher rank, or do you just have to complete high-level quests for your thing? She says, you have to complete high-level stuff. Sorry. As she apologizes, as Rimuru says, no worries, you're just doing your job. Trust me, I can understand how hard that is sometimes. So yes, everyone with him right now is, Rayanava, Ranga, Diablo, and that's it. Sorry, I'm adjusting the music. As he sighs and says, okay, do you know any good places? As, she suggests Rimuru's at, as he saw somebody with 2 massive swords and armor walk by, as he was also copperplate, and he had just registered, and yes, this is Momon, as he says, excuse me, sir, question, would you possibly know anywhere to get some supplies? As, he says, no, but I've heard the inn that we're going to does. And says, oh, what inn is that? As they realize they're going to the same inn. So they accompany each other. As Rimuru says, so why do you wear that helmet so much? As he says, oh, it's just a common courteous. It's part of like the religion, or not religion, but tradition we follow. As Rimuru suddenly gets very serious, and no one is around at this time, as he stops and says, are you wearing it because you're not human? As he starts to panic, as his oh dear God. Why? No. What? When flip, what was his name? What was her name? Yes, I need to know. She's right there. Come on. Sorry, trying to freaking find her. It's kind of hard to do that though, because freaking. What was her name? I feel like a spaz. It started with an N, I think. Norbol. Oh, I can't say her name. I'm gonna call her Gamma. So, he yells her, sorry, fuck. Okay. Brain. Work. So, she turns around, jumps back, and puts her hand on her katana. Yeah, I'll make this like 40 minutes. So, she asks, what do you mean? As Rimuru says, and you aren't either, but you are. What are you? Heteromatic race? What the fuck? Sorry, reading descriptions. Anyway. As Ainz says, please tell me, how did you know? As Rimuru says simply, because I'm a demon lord. As they both, as Ainz in his head is thinking, wait, a demon lord? Those are like the end game bosses, right? Why is one here now? Like, what the? He's panicking basically, because, I mean, why wouldn't you panic? As Rimuru says, calm down. I'm not trying to fight or anything. Actually, we're new to this world. Guessing that you guys aren't, though. Or maybe you are. It's hard to tell. As he asks, what do you mean? As it's simple. A spatial disturbance brought me here, and probably her too. As he says, so what are you then? You're Demon Lord. But what does that make your race? Because isn't that just your title? Well, my race is technically demonic slime, or demon slime. But I'm called a Demon Lord because I've claimed, well, 20 million souls. Not million, what the sorry, 20,000 souls. And honestly, they're kind of just fodder. So let me ask you this. What is your goal in all of this? Is it to get more funds, figure this world out, conquer, assemble, what? Are you doing it just for fun? As Norbol, Gamma, says that, our goal is to conquer the world, as our master wants. As Rimuru says, well, if we ever meet when you try to, we will have to fight them. Because I do think this world is amazing, and I would like to take the gems for myself. But it'd be better if we were to rule the world as a council, wouldn't you say? After all, every single one dictator has always been killed by those closest, or those strongest. Don't get me wrong, I can tell you're incredibly strong, and the fact that, for some reason, your normal abilities are locked, you could say. But, that said, I won't, fight you yet. No matter if you are or aren't, but the second you try to tag those I care for or me, I will try to kill you. As Gamma tries to attack him, as right before she can do anything, well, because she gets like within 5 feet. He says, "Universal thread." And she's stuck, as at the same time of her getting caught in the universal thread, Momon said, "Nerbril, stop." Well, Gamma, stop. As she was going to. As, Rimuru said, I see. So, what is it? The command and commanded, I'm assuming? That whole charade? As he says, "How would you like to work under me?" As Rimuru smiles and laughs and says, "That wouldn't be too bad of a proposition. But the thing is, I won't work under anyone. Never again." Because keep in mind, he was in like the corporate ladder and everything in his first life. So, he says, "How about this? What if we were to work as equals? Momon, if that's actually what you're called." As Einzolgon thinks about this, as he agrees, as Rimuru smiles, says, "Okay. Now, my brain, sorry. Yeah, so they go back as, they try to go at the same, they try to go at the end, as, he said this might be too expensive a place for you. After all, you're just a copper plate, as Momongo is about to say something, as Rimuru puts his hand in front of him, signaling, "Wait, don't make this more costly." As he says, "Yes, I know. It does seem like we wouldn't be adequate, but I can assure you that we do have enough to pay. Would that be okay?" As the guy looks at Rimuru thinking, "So he just a child?" Wait, no, the guy's oh yeah, I made Rimuru taller, but that doesn't really matter. Because Rimuru can adjust his size. Oh, I know, he's still the same size, because, he's gonna make himself grow slightly. Because, yeah. So, Rimuru is having that whole thing go down as they go, as a guy tries to trip Momonga, as he just pushes the foot, as, he says the same thing as in canon, as there is just a complete murderous aura behind them. And yes, it is Rimuru, because he hates people like that. So, basically, he looks like the picture with blood without the wings, and the blood. Yeah, without those. So his eyes look dead like that, and everything. So he says, "Excuse me, sir, but that is not something to joke about." I says, "Oh, who said I was joking, kid?" As Rimuru looks up to him, and even not Rhea, which is just as strong as Maline, can tell Rimuru's dangerous. As she thinks it's his funeral. Now, flipping. Sorry, I'm scrolling through his abilities right now. He's using Demon Lord Hockey, which basically just makes him incredibly intimidating. So, yeah. As he says, "I don't know. Would you like to find out, sir?" As he says, "Why, you stupid brat." As Rimuru simply grabs him and flips him, sending him flying, and still goes into that table, because we need that. Now, Rimuru says, "That was disappointing." As the girl with the red hair, or was it brown? I don't know. I just remember that she was wearing like reddish armor, and she brought the potion to the people that make the potions. I don't remember her name. But, yeah. And we are currently in the the Dark Warrior arc, if I remember correctly. As she says, what are you gonna do about my potion? I stopped, drinking and even skipped some meals just to afford that. And Rimuru said, why are you happy about that? As she says, excuse me? Because he's still in his, like, I'm gonna murder people mode. I said, one use. And she says, what do you mean one use? You did all that just for one use of healing. Let me tell you something right now. If you were just to learn healing magic, you'd be better off than using a potion. As she said, so what? I can also use it for hurting things like vampires or undead. What if the undead's too high of a level? And also, again, it's only one use, and you'll injure yourself in the process of using it against things like vampires. They're highly aggressive and strong creatures. As a friggin' she scowls and says, so what? I want a healing potion and one now. As Rimuru, I'm gonna say it's like a, yeah, so he gives her he has like a potion bottle on him. As he simply just says, fine, as he puts a bit of slime in there. And keep in mind, his slime is able to completely regenerate you. So, yeah. Well, when he wants it to, anyway. So, she sighs and says, okay. She takes it, and she realizes it's going in between like a clearish blue and a red. As friggin' Momon says, I could have just given her one. As he says, yes, but she was trying to pick a fight with me. And not you, partner. As they all go. And dang it. Maybe I just have that ability. As Momon says, I can't read this, can you? As Rimuru says, nope. I don't care if he knows every language in, like, in the story. He doesn't know this language because it's another dimension. So, yeah. He doesn't have the ability to translate, right? No, he actually doesn't. Cool. Now, he just picks a random job the same one as he can, and as he says, I'd like to take this job, as she says, that's like iron rank or silver rank, whatever the fuck it was. As he says, oh, sorry, can you just get me and my, party the highest copper rank? As she says, no problem. Now, Rimuru is smiling in all this, as, the freaking, what was their name, like the Black Swords, yeah, so they come up, and they say, hey, would you like to join our party? As he says, sure, as he starts walking away, as Rimuru thinks, he didn't, excuse me, miss, sorry, we're not fully sure, but, if you can find that job, please, if you can put it on standby for us. And she says, okay, thank you for letting me know, because I think no one else does. As he walks and catches up to Momon, as they go up, as they say, the same thing as canon. as they ask who Diablo is, as he says, I'm Diablo in art, a former artist, he says, because Rimuru hit him in the side, which didn't really hurt him, but he realized and changed his course. That's one heck of a occupation change. As he says, yeah, well, I was never really too good at art, so I decided to try the adventure business. As they say, okay. Now they ask who Rhea is, as she does not have a superiority complex, nor does she think that she's better than everyone or anything like that. She says, I'm Rhea Nava, although she does know she's incredibly strong. As the guy tries to hit on her too, she tightens up her fist, as Rimuru tells her don't. As if she was to punch him, splat goes the bubble. So yeah, she died pretty easily. He died pretty easily. As freaking my brain, sorry. Ow. They ask about Rimuru, and says, oh, my name's Rimuru. As they say, aren't you just a kid though? Well, you're high school kid anyway. As Rimuru just laughs and shakes it off. As Rimuru says, well, what job would this be? As they say, it's a off the books one. You see, every so often, you should clear places around the forest. As he says, okay. As they did, yeah, I already got past that bit. As Rimuru said, okay, do we know what usually be around there? As they say, just stuff like goblins and hobgoblins and all that. As Rimuru thinks, those are usually used as low-level monsters. But then again, so are slimes, and look how strong I am. Although I'm like the only one. So they start going down. Sorry for all my yawning. And what was his name? Neferia? Yes, Neferia Ballimon. He said, Mr. Momon and Rimuru. Mr. Oh, fuck, I can't keep on saying his name. I already forgot his name. God damn it. Ballimon, I'm gonna call him Polymon. Freaking. It's like Neferia. Yeah, Neferia. God damn it, what the fuck? Where the hell is he? Neferia. Right? Right? Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Neferia. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Neferia. As same thing happens where they enroll them, and well, when it comes to the goblins, I'm gonna say there's 10 times that. As Rimuru says, let's see how strong these are. As Momon also goes out in front, as he tells Norbril to cover his back. As he says, okay, Mr. Momon. As he says, Diablo, I'm assuming you want some fun too. He says, I don't know if I want to be too much of a problem. As he says, you can take a 4. I'll take a fourth. He'll take a fourth, and she will too. Actually, hey Raya, do you want to fight too? As she punches her hands, cracks her knuckles, and says, sure. And I says, okay. I mean, that lines off our load. That just means that we all get 1/5. As Momon's still doing the same thing in canon, as Rimuru takes out his sword and starts darting around and cutting off their head, cutting their side, just making sure that he hits vitals, killing half of his 5. I just think this is going to take too long. As he raises his hand up towards them, as, oh damn it, they sacrificed degenerate. So he uses a freaking dark flame lightning to attack, as it's like a freaking spiral of black flames with black electricity surrounding them, obliterating the other half of his. I says, well, that's over. As Diablo, simply, he's just punching them all to death. 2 punch, you're dead. 2 punch, you're dead. 2 punch, you're dead. 2 punch, you're dead. And he's able to punch incredibly fast. So, they all get done relatively quickly as they camp out. Now, they get praise and all that. As they got the herbs, they had to go in the forest with the great wise king. As when Mara comes down and asks, Lord Ines, who is this? As he says, you could say equal. As he says, oh, so I guess this is Nora. Interesting. As she said, I guess you would want me to find this great wise king of the forest? As he said yes, and, well, you know the gist. Except, their encounter goes different. Now, Hamsky still, I'm gonna call it Hamsky. Hamsky still tries to use his tail to attack. As Rimuru says, oh, come on. That isn't much of an issue. Or shouldn't be, at least. As he uses universal thread. As Hamsky feels like he just hit steel. Now when he tries to pull his tail back, it's stuck. As he goes on with this whole monologue about warriors and fight we shall. So Momon is just sitting this order, disappointed. As Rimuru says, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed too. So, you want me to take care of him, or do you want to? Why do I need so much oxygen? He says, I might as well. Aura of Despair, level 1. As Hamsky is still knocked the fuck out. Now, they explain the same thing. They take Hamsky. Now, when they're on their way back, I'm gonna say this time, that's when the incident with freaking the kid saying, well, the girl that was saying that she was a guy, said to him as, Rimuru says, go apologize. Can't worry about what you did in the past, but you can do what you can to make up to him. So this will probably mean something. And if you try this thing, trust me, he won't be able to touch you. As he says, okay, now, he talks to Momon, apologizes, and so does Momon, saying that he overreacted, and that was my bad. As the kid says, no, I know how it is to lose people too, I was too insensitive, so, yeah. Now, Rimuru then pulls the kid aside and asks, "So why are you pretending to be a guy?" As she starts this way and says, "What do you mean?" As he sighs and says, "I know you're a girl." As you know, she does that normal like anime response to something like that, like how do you know, and as he says, simple, everyone's aura. As she says, what do you mean? Like, nani? As he sighs and says, I read your party's aura to see when you're lying to me and not, and I also can see genders and race. So, I can kind of tell. You're human, yes. But you're also female, and you're saying you're a male. I don't know, like, you want to be a male, or you're just saying it so you don't distract them or anything. As he sighs. Now, they go back. Same thing basically goes on as in canon until the fact that Rimuru finds out, and he is incredibly pissed. As I'm gonna say Ranga did find the scent, as they want to use all of those scrolls. As Rimuru says, put them back. As they say, what? But we accept the put them back. We do not need to use such things right now. As he asks what he means. Sorry, I asked what Rimuru means. Also, sorry this was so bad. I'll probably make another video today. Dear God. Now he says simple, Ranga, come out of my shadow. As Ranga does it. As he says, try to smell those plates, that was taken from the adventurers. As they follow Ranga. Now Ranga does not care about skeletons, and because I want to make their feats even greater than in canon, there was 100,000 zombies. Now he asks Rhea, so do you want to take them all out, or should I, or should we all do like a collaboration? Like, what should we do here? And she says, we can all take a fifth of them like we did before. Okay. As Rimuru, makes, he's gonna make steel thread be around his, hand, well, his hand that he's not holding a sword with, and on his sword, he's gonna coat it in black flame lightning. As he says, okay, let's go. As he disappears. Simply appearing right in front of the zombies and just mowing them down. Which everyone's almost sneak up on him. He has set web traps, and whenever they do, he just cuts them into pieces where not even magic can freaking work them. And then he releases the strings and makes more. Now he keeps on repeating the cycle until he's done with all of his. Momon does the same canon, so does Gamma. Now Rhea simply has a magic circle. I'm gonna say it's the purple one, because her left hand is out. As she says, spatial void buster. Because I'm gonna say, in everything but in nothing, there is a void. So there's a void in the void, but there's also nothing in the void. There's nothing around us, but there's also everything around us. It's kind of the concept of infinity, but with a void. So, yeah, the thing around them just kind of freaking and annihilated. So, yeah. As Diablo simply uses his magic and he uses a random freaking hydrogen bomb spell. Because I'm gonna say he combined wind to compress it, electricity and water to make a hydrogen bomb, so it's an electrical hydrogen bomb, and then let it explode. So yeah, the bones weren't even there. And yeah. Now we get to Gamma doing her whole thing, and the same with Einzolgone. I mean, it's a bit longer than I meant to, but I yawned a lot. So, they go back to check on the Great Tomb of Nazarick, as as he calls for all the servants, as he says, this will be my equal, as freaking what's her name? Not Shalltear. Freaking who's her higher up again? Vuck. Vuck. It's not. Sorry, guys, my brain. It's, freaking. What's the Flood Guardian leader's name? God damn it. I can only remember Kakaitis, Shalltear, Nora, Gargantuan, and that's it. Why? Fuck. It's Albedo. Yes, Albedo. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. Yes. Albedo looks at him with pure disgust as he says, I'm guessing you doubt my strength or something around those lines. Just so there's no objections. Which one of you is the most combat oriented? As Shalltear steps up and says, I am. As he smiles and says, I can tell just by your aura. You also don't think I am, good enough, correct? Well, she says that Gargantua is, but he can only take orders. So he doesn't really have a mind of his own. So, and she says, besides that, then it's me. Anyway, so he says, okay then, let's fight. As she takes out her freaking lance, being like, hey, yo, if I hit you with this lance, I will regain HP. As she charges out Rimuru, as Rimuru smiles, because the second this fight, not even when it started, he laid a lot of universal threads, because he doesn't think that she can, hit him. What is playing in the background? She doesn't think that he doesn't think that she can hit him. No, sorry. He doesn't think that she can hit him. There we go. Oh, did it? Oh. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find a good, decent song. Nope. Nope. Alright, this seems a bit better. as
When I look in the mirrors, you and I, crown on your head like you were crucified.
okay, now she tries to attack Rimuru with her lance, just seeing how that will go, as Rimuru had already surrounded her in universal thread. Now, this might not seem like it was too bad, but it was kind of dangerous. So she gets trapped in it as she realizes, as she says, greater teleportation, trying to, you know, get him from behind. As she thrusts her lance at him, as it stops before it makes contact with her, and she realizes that she's not gaining any HP. As she summons her household, because I remember that ability. As Rimuru said, "Oh, come on. I thought you'd realize that wouldn't work." As he moves his hands around very fast, as around each one of his fingers he has sticky steel thread, well, universal thread, but he's using it as steel thread and having it, you know, still be kind of like a whip. So he's moving it to where each and every one of the household members is, cutting them all up, as she used greater teleportation again, and used negative impact, brilliant radiance, as, because yes, I'm going to say she can use negative impact as an attack as well. As he realizes, if I let that negative impact hit me, it should break through the barriers. So he smiles and says, actually, why not? Why not let it hit me? So, he does let it hit him, as she thinks she did damage to him, as then he instantly regenerates right as the skill disappears. She's confused as he says, "Let me just show you my real aura." As he uses Demon Lord's Hockey, and she winds her eyes in shock and fear, as she realizes either A, I need to forfeit, or I need to, kill him fast. As she says, Purifying Lance, Vermilion Nova, Brilliant Radiance, and friggin' Time Acceleration, Inheria. So yeah, she's used 4 of her abilities at once. As Raymond realizes that the Nova Radiance can break through his first barrier, and combined with the Time Acceleration, the Brilliant Radiance will almost break it, but the Purifying Lance will go through 2 of his. Then again, I'll just regenerate. Let's just show her what she's going against for real. As Rimuru is moving even faster now. Yes, even in Time Acceleration, he is moving at incredible speeds. Even faster than Shalltear. As he raises his hand and he says, Black Flame Lightning. As there's a thunderstorm that's surrounding his spiral flame, his vortex of flame. As he says, "Are you sure you wish to continue this?" Shalltear, Bloodfallen. As he already killed her twice. And she didn't even realize that happened. As she thinks that, she'll be fine, as she has Naharion. As Naharion tries to stab him right through the heart, as it looks like he just doesn't have a heart or any, like, vital organ, really, as only the rim of his body's left, as he says, I should have mentioned, I can control the shape of my body and my soul. As she winds her eyes, it says, goodbye, Shalltear blood fallen. As, yes, she does have one friggin' thing where she can, basically stop herself from dying. But let's see how that works against a 2-hit attack. As it hits her, and right before she dies the second time, Rimuru cuts his ability and uses multi-layer barrier. What he was using on himself. So, yeah. He was using that to stop her from dying a second time, as she realized, because she got zapped and it kind of pierced her arm, that, yes, it wasn't a vital hit, but if she had that ability, then she would have healed. She would almost be healed by now. She realizes that she died twice without her realizing. So, she's hella confused. I says, well, you didn't realize? When I was killing your household members, I killed you twice. As she widens her eyes, stops fighting, and kneels down, showing recognition for his strength. As he smiles and says, okay, does anyone else have any issue with this? As no one else does, as they say, pledge your, Rimuru says, will you pledge your loyalty to our plan, not of world domination, but rather of the World Council? As they ask why, Rimuru explains, every dictator I've ever seen, heard of, or known about has always died from those closest or those strongest, whether it be by when they're asleep, when they're awake, regardless, anything. There are people that will be hired just to try to kill him. I doubt they will be able to, unless there's something like that Momon fellow, well, like him, when he's being an adventurer, but just as strong, if not stronger. As they realize this, and they say, then why is everyone a king so alive? As they say, simple, because they have a system in place. That said, some are probably thinking about killing the king, but if we're able to unite this world and have it under our control, anyone that stands up against us will be killed. And it's like a council, you can see. You know how you have the servants of the Pleiades or whatever, and you floor guardians, and how you all talk amongst yourselves to make decisions, if needed. And well, simple, it'll be like that with every ruler and their sub-captain. And well, if you're okay with it, Rhea, rather you be my first sub, the first in command. After all, I can already tell that Albedo chick is your second in command. As, Ainz thinks he's very perceptive. It's actually almost scary. As, Rhea says okay, as they all pledge their loyalty. Now, Rimuru throws, looks like a slime ball at Shalltear, and it heals her instantly. She says, that was an interesting fight, to say the least. Heck, had you caught me before I became a demon lord, you may have actually been able to win. No, you would have gotten very close, but I think I may have barely been able to outspeed you. All that time acceleration skill would have been a pain. as he goes to everyone. With Kokaitis, he asks to see his strongest weapon, and he combines it with some of the ore and makes it even stronger. So he helps every floor guardian out. When it comes to freaking what's his face, he gives him some information on how to make things, or how they did in his original place. So that way it should skip a couple heavy times how breeding worked. He basically gave him all the information about breeding and how to make items and animals that he knew. As he was grateful for the information, and with the sister and brother, sorry, with yeah, I'm gonna say her name wrong. Mara, I think her name is, and Aura. Yes. With them, he tells them some new ways that they can fight, and treats them like actual kids, and asks them what they think about like school and so on and so forth. And with Shalltear, he tells her better ways to fight and how to keep rational in fights, rationality, and yeah. And Victim isn't there, so yeah. I'd say that's probably all. So, with all of that out the way, I'm sorry for how bad of a video this was, with all my stopping, my yawning, me sounding very dead, the fact that I didn't really make anything too interesting. I do hope you understand, because this video is an hour and too long. It's 4:17 currently, so I'm a little tired, but I may make another video. So yeah, with all of that out the way, I think it's gonna be time to roll this outro. And again, thank you all for watching, listening, and dealing with me.